Good morning, everyone. It is Sunday. Got a good night's rest, and we did hit the goal yesterday. The picture shows 298, but I got the tips updated today. But I took the picture yesterday so that you guys could see what I ended up with. I ended up with 219 on Doordash and 90 something on Uber Eats, but I had the picture and it was, I think, 78. It's in the title. But excellent day yesterday. Hopefully today will be just as well. Hasn't started off like that. It's 9 o'clock. I've been out here for an hour with only one order. I had a few stops that I had to make. Gotta get some wheels on my car so I don't have to deal with that issue. But had a couple stops, so that might be why. But I just had Uber Eats for $10, so hopefully that'll get the ball rolling. It is breakfast time, so I'm expecting to get a lot of breakfast orders for Sunday morning. And that's one of the things I will tell you guys, that you really got to consider coming out on Saturdays and Sundays just to see if you can try to get those breakfast orders, because they can really set you up for the rest of the day. I know it really set me up yesterday. That's what allowed me to get over that $300, and it's been a while. February was a very slow month, so I'm hoping that March we start to generate some more. Well, hopefully that not we generate. Hopefully customers will want to eat out a little bit more because they've saved, or they prepared for their vacations, or got their, I guess, their finances back in order from spending from the holidays and so forth, or prepared for those vacations. So hopefully we'll get back into the swing of things of making the $200 on the weekends. I mean, on the regular days, and then hopefully getting back over that $300 threshold on Saturdays and Sundays and Fridays like we did in January. So I'm really looking forward to, hopefully things are getting back in order. Really need to start generating some more revenue, especially now that gas is like $4.30. I think I saw $4.36 now. It was just at $4.19. So gas is just going through the roof. So you really got to look at that and pay attention. Whenever your expenses are going up, you got to make sure on these platforms that you either dedicate a little bit more time to ensure that you make more, or you come out more often to try to bring that deficit back down. Because with the expenses going up, you can't keep saying, well, I'm looking at it myself. If my expenses have gone up, I have to increase my earnings. So if I was making $200 on a Monday, I got to make $250 now. So you just got to keep that in mind, especially when your costs are rising. Because the one thing I will say, the one drawback about these platforms is you're not going to get a promotion. You're not going to get a raise. So for the hours that you put in, there's really no long-term benefits. They're not going to say, well, hey, you've been with us for, 5 years. Instead of you getting the base pay of $275, we going to give you a base pay of $450. They don't have something like that put into it. No matter how long, if you've been here for 10 years, and if someone signs up, they're going to get the same base pay as you. The only difference will be tips, and tips is subject to whoever customers you get. It's not like, oh, hey, I like this guy more than this guy, so I give him more. No, it's just subject to whoever you get. So keep that in mind. So when your expenses are going up, you really got to make sure that, hey, you're monitoring how much you're bringing in. Because if you bring it in the same amount, but the expenses are continuously to go, you are going to continue to make less. So just keep that in mind. I mean, it's simple, but I have found out in myself, when you don't keep track of things, you will think that you are making a certain amount until you put it to pen and paper. When you actually see, and I've seen, my gas of last year was in the $400 to $500s. Now it tipped up to the $600 to $800 range. And I know it's not a big difference. But when you see that, hey, my costs have jumped up $100 and $200 a month, have my earnings jumped up? And I was looking at, no, they haven't. They're staying about the same. So I have to, that's when you go and say, okay, well, what am I going to do about that? Do I need to stay out longer on Saturdays and Sundays like I did yesterday? You know, I made it a goal to make sure I got over that $300 because I was like, hey, I have to start hitting a higher benchmark because these expenses are just going through the roof. So just keep that in mind, guys. I'll get at you later. I'll let you know how today is going. But you guys take care, and I'll holler at you later. Take care. Bye.